Here's what the player had to say when submitting their review. I normally play Cloak and Dagger, but I'm learning to play with Sue. I really developed my gameplay after I started watching your videos. I climbed from Gold 1 to Diamond 2, but I'm stuck in Diamond. I think I need more tips about my gameplay, position, and general game knowledge about how to have more impact with a support. And in this specific game, I thought that we were winning easily, but we ended up losing. P.S. I'm from Brazil and just became a member of your channel. I don't know if you have any other subscribers from here, but I'm trying to make all my friends that play Mobile Rivals to start watching your videos. I appreciate that. They're awesome and really different from the content you normally see on the internet. Thanks for the amazing content, and I hope I can develop my gameplay more with your tips. First things first, if you would want your replay reviewed, go to the pinned comment down below and just follow the instructions down there, reply to that comment. I also want to thank you for becoming a member. Huge shout out to you, and of course the other people that help support the channel and allow me to make these free replays for everyone else. If you are a member of the channel, you do get priority. This means that your video, your replay will be done first before anyone else's because you're helping to support the channel and the content that I create. Now, hopping into this, we're playing Invisible Woman. I think it's really funny that you said you're from Brazil, by the way. I covered a game a while back and it was called Grand Chase, and almost my entire fan base, I say fans, but can I really consider people fans? My entire fan base was from Brazil. Crazy. So shouts out to Brazil, shouts out to you. It's cool, it just brings back memories. All right, let's get into the gameplay here. Is that our strange portal or theirs? What just happened? Bro, everybody just looked at that portal like, okay. Who would fall for that? All right, let's go. That was a great way to start this off. All right, I like how you're holding an angle rather than being out here like this Moon Knight, you know, trying to hit things from the front. I like that you are holding a side angle there. It's really cool, because you don't want to take extra damage. Now, when you're playing this character or any other support, really, you're playing off of your ultimate. Usually that's the only way that you can make space for the team. What I like to do when I'm playing support is I like to press tab and just take a look at what supports they have. So they have an Invisible Woman and they have a Cloak and Dagger. This means that whenever you do an ult, it's going to be countered. So you don't just want to prematurely use your ult if you can help it. You want to wait to use it as a counter to theirs so you can push the point. Okay. I also think that we shouldn't be spamming our abilities. Now, your healing is fine and your shielding is fine, but we don't want to spam the buttons that are providing us with things. So I don't know what these abilities are called. I never know the names of abilities, but basically the one that sucks them in, you don't want to waste, and then the force push or pull, you don't want to waste. Those are very good crowd control heavy abilities that we can use. As an example, if you had it ready right now, this dude's dead, because you'd pull him. It'd be kind of hard to pull him past that wall, but you would pull him, and you can even throw the ball of, I'm gonna just call it a grenade, dude. You can throw the grenade right there and it will suck him into it, right? That would be a free kill right there. When you're playing a support, especially Invisible Woman, you're looking to play off of other people's mistakes. She's a very good character that way. Cloak and Dagger is similar, but the way that they do it is by getting kills. When it comes to Invisible Woman, you're setting up kills. So just keep that in your mind when you're playing her. Is my goal is to set up kills for my team. How can I make that happen? That is already going to make you a very good Invisible Woman player. You see what I mean? I already knew they were going to end up using it because we already knew that they had a Invisible Woman. We should be prepared for this. When you're getting into Diamond and you want to get out of Diamond, you're gonna have to think of the game on like a really broader aspect, because that's just how it plays. You're gonna hate 3 supports. When you get like to Grandmaster, all you see is that it's rough. You might actually start seeing it before. Okay, you're still doing good, kind of just keeping your space. Whenever you get low, go invisible so you can heal. Okay, so this right here is something you should also think about. Whenever your team starts winning the fight, you need to acknowledge this. You need to understand, like, my team is winning, what do I do? And you push. You push. Whenever you get that, you push. So let's see when our team starts winning. All right, we'll watch it normally. and just see when we start winning. This right here is, we already started winning. Even before this, if we look like right here, look how deep your penny is. I'd play off of that ASAP. I'd play off of that ASAP, especially because nobody's really harming your team here, right? Everybody's there. Yes, we have another character here, but we don't see that right now. So realistically, this whole side is safe. I would just walk up and just hide behind this and continue to attack the team, okay? So the thing is, when you're playing a character like this, you have to be relatively closer than Cloak and Dagger does because her range is pretty infinite, I think. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it's close to infinite. I could be very far back compared to Invisible Woman. But yeah, if we decided to do it, so let's just say we go back real quick and we just do what I just said, right? So you see that ult came out and we're playing the game and we come over here and now we're here and now we're here and now we're here. Look how far you are. What's stopping you from going over there? Nothing. You'd be right here in the face, ready. You'd suck in the Groot so then your team can kill him. You could kill that guy. You're setting up your team for success, okay? I'm not gonna continue to talk about that too harshly, but I just want that to be put into your head. My goal as this character is to set up my team. That's it. However you set them up, whether it's offensive or defensive, that's your goal.
Judge, jury, executioner.
This right here, you could potentially break that wall down and kill the Punisher, or you could just help your teammate. This is what happens when you're this is what happens when you're a little too close to the action. Here's a tip, because it's gonna get a little bit funky when you're playing support at high ranks, I promise you. Especially when you're playing with things like Spider-Man, Black Panther, like all these annoying characters that like to run around and whine because they don't get healed. And it's like, bro, who can heal you? You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you have to look around all the time. So if we had to play this fight out the exact same way, how can we position in a way so we can see everybody at once? That's what you should be thinking about, right? So if we just pause it, oh my God, Strange, are you okay, buddy? Oh Jesus, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt in the morning. When he hit the ground. Okay, where is a good spot to see everybody at one angle? This spot's okay, but you're missing out on him, right? So let's just keep the fight going. This spot is fine, I think, personally. You can still see everybody. Now they start kind of splitting up. You would go this way and continue to focus on all of them at once when you can. It's all about setting up better angles for you to heal. You want to be able to be in the eyesight of every single player as possible, or if possible. You always can't do it. Don't get me wrong. I don't want you coming out of this video thinking like, well, Papa said you have to always. Sometimes you can, realistically, but more often than not, you should be having everyone in your line of sight, if possible. Try not to stand so much in the open. There's a lot more walls that you can hold, like this. Now you could get attacked from here, don't get me wrong. It's a little counterintuitive. Like, it's kind of dumb to stand where people are coming from, but should someone be up top, should someone be sniping from this long angle, you're just freely killed, right? So just kind of being a little bit more here would help you out a lot. Hugging the wall a little bit more. You see, again, you're out in the open. Try to be more here. You can still do the same thing, it's just you're not in any danger. This is a situation where they're going extremely deep, right? And usually when I'm playing with characters that go extremely deep, I'll play Rocket because it's like I'm not going to go all the way out there to keep you alive. But I understand you're trying to do this. You're trying to push that. You're the only healer right now. Just ping them back. This is gonna be tragic if somebody ends up dying. Okay, they backed up on their own. That's good. Maybe someone pinged it. I can't see pings in this. Yeah, that's exactly what I was afraid of, rather. Good reactionary ult. Very good ult right there. Remember, it's going to be countered. I don't think I would ult that soon, but your thought process was there. The reason why I wouldn't ult that soon is because we already could tell he kind of missed. I know in the moment it felt like you couldn't tell, but like if we played at normal speed, he kind of, like, nobody's really in danger if you think about it. Let's look at it even from a kind of a broader perspective. Like, when are you guys ever really in danger? Here, just look at it. No one's in danger, right? You could say, well, Squirrel Girl's in danger, but she's way over there anyway. She shouldn't be. But I think she'd reposition on her own. But your entire team's fine. You saved her though. You saved her though. But I just don't think I think you could have just looked at her, if anything, and healed her that way. But I do like the ult though. I know that's very nitpicky, but I'm only bringing it up because ults like this could be baited. And then if the enemy team decided to ult as well, you just kind of screwed yourself because they counter ult you. So this ult was kind of like a gamble. You don't want gamble ults. You really want to make sure that when you ult, it's necessary. Especially when you start going against 3 healers and everybody has one. It's better to just play a little bit more conservatively with your ultimates. It was a good ult though. It was a good ult. I know it's nitpicking, but I want you to just be prepared for it. That's all. Whenever I nitpick in these videos, guys, it's literally because I know you're gonna get to a rank where it's gonna be important, and I just want to bring it up now rather than bringing it up later. Don't feel like you have to always fight, by the way. I noticed with this entire gameplay, you weren't really going invisible. Just double jump and you're invisible. Oh, when you double jump, you didn't really do it right, which is why you got hit. But you can't do it when you're being attacked. So you see how you double jumped when she's hitting you? You have to cut the corner to sever her ties and then double jump. So with anything with a tether, you have to go behind a wall first because they will continuously be hitting you. A little trick for Star-Lord. I play a lot of Star-Lord. And I hate that I'm saying this. But again, if you're a Star-Lord player, you're good enough. But a general tip for Star-Lord, if he ults you, wait for that clip to finish. If you guys didn't know, Star-Lord's ult isn't super powered. His ult is the same exact damage as if he just shot you without headshots. He can't kill you with a full clip. So what you do as Invisible Woman is he says legendary and he starts shooting you. Just wait for his clip to finish because he has to reload. Or till he flips, one or the other. And then just pop invisible. And then that's that. If the Star-Lord's good enough, he'll just flip instantly before you jump and then he'll get you. So it's kind of a game of wits. But just think about that when you guys are playing Invisible Woman. You're waiting for the continuous damage to stop before you jump. So figure out a way to do that and you're good to go. So far, so good. The only thing that I'm seeing is just the small things with Invisible Woman. You said you're learning her, so I'm not really caring too much about those small things, but I did bring them up, right? A lot of the small things that we're missing right now in terms of the character is just the usage of everything. Her invisibility, her grenade, her force pull and push. Like, these are things that we can use way better so that we can have more impact in the game. But again, you're learning her, and so I don't really care too much to say this. But you see, even right now, you could be going invisible and stop healing. You're so focused on healing, you're not worried about yourself. And that's the type of stuff that will put you, you know, will just make you die. I know it might feel like sometimes that you're a heal bot, but you're not. How the game traditionally works, if you're a DPS or a tank, you will take damage and you will hide, okay? This means that healers aren't necessarily heal bots, right? This is going to help you tremendously once you start climbing to like Grandmaster, Celestial, Eternity, and et cetera, et cetera. So here's how the game works, generally. I'm fighting, oh my god, damage, 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 damage. I'm going to go back here, right? And I should be safe, and then I'm waiting for you to heal me, basically. That's not how all tanks work, or that's not how all DPS work, but generally they're not just going to stay out in the open and die. That's kind of dumb. This means that you do not need to continuously be healing them. It's okay to heal someone else. It's okay to look for damage. It's okay to do other stuff. The characters in this game, they're not necessarily made to heal bot. There's too much damage in this game, I think, for there to be any character that just straight heals through it all. So I think you're putting too much emphasis on permanently healing. Let's go back and you'll see exactly what I mean. So here we are, right? What are you doing the entire time? You're throwing out heals. Did you not realize that your cloak and dagger just ulted? Right? So why are we healing? I don't even think your shots reach that far, by the way. How far do they? I don't think they go that far. Let's see. I'm trying to track your shots. There it is. You'll throw another one. I can't see them now. Which ones are yours? Are those? That's Penny's. Are you not throwing them? There you go. Okay, let's see how far it goes. It didn't even reach. So not only are you trying to like heal bot through heals that aren't necessary because Cloak and Dagger ulted, but our shots aren't even reaching. This is the difference though between characters like this one and Cloak and Dagger, because Cloak and Dagger has infinite reach basically. You'd have to go to practice tool and just kind of go to that practice zone and try to just see how far your bullets go so you understand like the length and you're used to it. But I think that's one of your main mistakes. This might keep you stuck in Diamond. Just because we're heal botting. We shouldn't be heal botting. You never should be heal botting. You should be putting more emphasis on like, how can I contribute to these fights more than how can I keep you alive? Does that make sense? So if we could contribute to that fight more, I'm just gonna re-go through it because we're talking about the same fight. If we can contribute to that fight more, maybe we follow the Cloak and Dagger. Right now, right? I know you're getting shot, but just follow the trail. She ulted here, you'll be healed, and we continue to go. And we get in there, and we're fighting, and we're fighting, and we're fighting. What does this do? This tells our Penny to not be scared. What does this do? It tells our Squirrel Girl to not be scared. Us moving forward as a support tells everybody to not be scared, and we move up together and fight together. Then she gets ulted. Oh God, she got blasted. I don't think you could have saved her. I think she got one shot. Maybe? Oh no, she took a shot by Squirrel Girl as well. You could have saved her. If you had your shield, Squirrel Girl wouldn't have killed her and she would have survived. But like, that's what I'm talking about, is like, you could have more impact, but you're so focused on just heal botting everybody. That's not gonna get you that far when it comes to characters that don't do damage with heals, so to speak. Cloak and Dagger, the way that she works is she does a lot of damage with her heals, right? Like whenever you throw things out, it just bounces and ricochets and it hits people. And then when you want to do real damage, you turn into Cloak. Invisible Woman doesn't work that way. So we got to put a lot more emphasis on being more impactful, not just being a heal bot. Even if that's not your intention. You might be like, Poppin', I'm not trying to heal bot. I understand that, but I'm going based off of the gameplay. Seeing the gameplay, a lot of it seems like you're focused on just keeping your team alive. But if your team is stuck in Diamond and you want to get out of Diamond, how is healing your team that is supposed to be in this rank gonna make you climb. If they are playing like a diamond player, healing a diamond player is not gonna suddenly make them Grandmaster. Healing a Grandmaster player is not gonna suddenly make them Celestial, right? You have to still play better than everybody in the lobby. Doing so is gonna be how you climb. So I would like to see you be more proactive as a player, looking for more to contribute like that. That is what I'm talking about. Where was that this entire gameplay? That was beautiful. That's beautiful. Just beautiful. Oh, I know what happened. You got mad. You said, I'm sick of all you guys keeping me in diamond. All right? I gotta do this work myself. I respect you. That's what happened. You got mad. You was like, I gotta do this myself. Respect. Respect, dude. Okay. Speaking of respect, if you respect these segues are horrible. If you respect this channel and appreciate the content that I create, consider becoming a member. Click that join button down below, or if you do not see the join button, scroll down to the description. The link will be there. Click those. Not only are you helping to support the channel, but you do have priorities when it comes to replays, and we're gonna have some more stuff once the second season drops, or the second half of this season drops. 1.5 is what we'll call it. So I can't wait. Okay, let's move on into the next. Are we playing Magneto? No, we're just on the wrong team. Okay, I was like, that was a change. That was a change of pace. All right, so we're defending now. And we're gonna just try to incorporate that in our gameplay now, right? So we know that we need to be a little bit more than just a heal bot for our team. We need to set up openings for our team. We need to position a little bit better out of harm's way. Keep everyone in the line of sight with us. So I know that you decided to just use your ability there just because they're all clumped, but again, don't do that. It does a little damage, and that is going to be healed up by their healers. So it doesn't really make much sense to put your stuff on cooldown, right? Okay, trying to get away. You see how you keep using the push and pull just because they're clumped? Don't do that. You could actually look up and pull her down to you and just 1v1 her. If it goes south, just jump over her head. So like you pull her down, right? Let's just say that. You come out, boop, boop, pull her down. What's up, girl? You guys start fighting. You're like, ooh, I'm scared. And start running back and then just jump over her head. In order for her to trace you, she'll have to look up. And she's gonna lose sight of you, which means you're gonna go invisible because it shouldn't do damage to you. I've seen it happen many times, but just be careful when you do it, of course. But that's just a way to help your team. You can even pull her down and just run away. Like, you don't really have to do much. Oh, you already have that goal to go fight her. Oh, no, you don't. You see, we're using the push and pull thing kind of just because they're clumped. That's rough. Ah, that's it. You gotta run away. That Venom is nuts. Wait, I gotta see what that guy's doing. Ooh, hold up. I gotta see what that guy's doing. Dude, that guy went in. That guy's nuts. That guy's crazy. Respect. Okay, remember what we talked about. If we're gonna play the healer, like if our mindset is like, okay, I'm just gonna heal for these guys, that's what you're mentally thinking right now, where is a better spot to do it? Not out in the open. We know that Scarlet Witch is there. Why don't we go here? So that way we can heal, and we're not in any danger. Should someone come, what we could do is we could jump on this car, double jump, reach this ledge. Then we're not in any danger at all, and we can run away. Or we could just double jump and run away because we're Invisible Woman. Always have an escape plan. But right here, you're just pretty much food for anybody who decides to aim at you, and you don't want that. Dude, that cloak and dagger is crazy too. Your team is crazy. That right there is exactly what I was saying. This is why you don't whip out your ultimate willy-nilly. Because if you ult like your cloak and dagger just did, well, guess what? They have an ult too, and they're just gonna counter your ult, and they're gonna end up winning that fight. As you get to Diamond Plus, you're gonna need to be a little bit more thoughtful with how you ult. That's just a great example that they were able to prove for me. And this is why I wanted to bring it up. Because I said it before, but we didn't really have an example, but now we do. You just lose every single time. So it's like a game of chicken. It's like, who's gonna get scared in ult verse? Luckily, you know that both their ults are down now, right? We've seen Cloak and Dagger ult, and we've seen the Invisible Woman ult. So you can hold on to yours. You didn't need to do that yet. Nobody was in any danger. You could have had ult for next fight. Alright, so next fight's coming, right? Imagine if we had ult now. Maybe this would be better for us. Oh, it would have, because Mantis now has ults. They're running the 3 healer strat, right? So right now, really it's just ability usage. We could be more impactful that way. I'm gonna tell you though that I don't want you to feel bad about it, because Invisible Woman is one of the more technical supports that require a little bit more thought when using her abilities. Not saying she's an extremely hard character to play, because she's not. I don't think any character in this game is actually hard to play. Yeah, they're very user-friendly characters. Yes, their ceiling is high, but it's not like their floor is extremely high. But regardless, she's more technical when it comes to how she uses her abilities, right? She's more like a general strategist. She wants to use abilities in a certain way to help benefit her team and to help win fights. A lot of how you're using the abilities are similar to Cloak and Daggers, because you said you do main that character, right? Or at least you play a lot of her and him. That's showing, because you're just throwing everything out. But when it comes to Invisible Woman, your abilities are so impactful, each one of them. You can't keep tossing them out and expecting to, you know, benefit and impact your team. You could suck her down. Oh, but you threw the grenade. I guess that's fine too. Remember, your heals go through your team and will damage the enemy. So a lot of your attacks, I'm seeing you not really line it up. You want to put your teammates in front of you somehow, and then also pop the damage onto the enemy team. So let's just see it with this fight here. This is a brief example. So right here, we could be here. We can be here, right? And we could be throwing to heal as well as doing damage. Now you could say popping. Well, if I'm there, how do I heal the rest of my team? Doesn't really make much sense, does it? Well, you have 2 healers on your team. Who's getting attacked the most right now? Who's taking the most damage? Is it this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, or you? Looking like this guy to me. So who needs more of your heals? Looking like this guy to me. Right? So if any of these guys get damaged, Rocket can help. Oh, you guys have 3 healers. Oh, you definitely don't need to be here. Yeah, you should be here. Always try to line up sight. It's the most important thing when it comes to support, but really important when it comes to Invisible Woman. Even here, you would have actually been safe if you were to take that angle right here. You'd have been safe from her. You probably could have pushed her so that she clips the wall when she was coming. Let me see. Ah, nah. You aren't going to be able to help your team in that situation. They were done. They were not going to survive that ult. Dude, she's seeing a lot of play because she's a great counter to 3 healers. Usually a counter to 3 healers is always something that does high amounts of damage. Hawkeye's another good counter if people know how to play him properly. Again, premature. I don't think that he needed you. Let's look at it from his perspective before he even popped that ult. He's nowhere near. Where is he? Oh, there you go. He's not really in danger. I mean, he is, but I don't think. That's rough. I'm very selfish. If you're scared, I understand, but I usually wait. I'm very like, do you really need my help? A good way to test it with her is to put your shield up, and if you hear it crack, you know that he's probably gonna die. But if it doesn't crack, then he should be okay. You're just a little too close now. It's funny because this entire gameplay you were super far away, but then as soon as the overtime kicks in and they're like shoving, you get really, really close. It's not your job to contest this point, and I think this is something that a lot of players need to learn in general. You're never going to be able to sit on point by yourself and contest. You can't contest with your tank, you'll die with him. You have to understand, like, I can't do anything for you. I'm gonna basically do what this rocket is doing and just play from far distance and do my best. If you die, well, the overtime is over, right? You're gonna lose because the healer's dead. But if you can just survive and constantly heal, you have a chance. So let's see. We don't want to get close. Just stay back. I mean, it's too late now because your team's dead. But I get what you're trying to do. Yeah, mind that spacing. I know it's a lot only because generally when overtime kicks in, everyone gets a little antsy. I know everyone gets a little antsy, but oh, did you swap? Or are you back on? Oh, no, you're still on invisible mode. Again, angles. You could do this from this angle. You could be hitting them and healing them from this angle. You could be hitting and healing them from this angle. Really abuse the fact that it goes through your teammates. That's how it works. When it hits an enemy, it will come back, but it goes through your teammates until it hits an enemy, and then it'll bounce back to you, or until it reaches max range. So I really want to see you use that more. Again, a lot of like using the kit more is something you're gonna naturally learn as you continue to play this character. So I don't want to go too hard on like you're not using the pull right. I won't say right, but you're not using the pull to its most impactful. You're not using the grenade to its most efficiency. Like, kind of not important, but the positioning thing is the most important. We need to be standing out of line of sight. We need to be making sure that we are lining up our team with the enemies. We need to be making sure that we are more impactful. If we're choosing to fight, we need to fight from different angles and stuff like that. Because as I said before, it's kind of like you're heal botting. It's like, well, I'm just gonna throw heals on my team and we got this. That's not really how it works, ever, unfortunately. It's like tanks, if you think about it. Like, I'm just gonna sit here and tank and we'll win. Not how it works. Good tanks aren't gonna just sit there and hope for their team does stuff, right? Even DPS, I'm just gonna kill the same target over and over and we'll win. That's not how it works either, right? Everyone has to play their part, but play above their part if they want to climb. They have to do more. A cool way to think about it is like, are we lacking damage? Like, is our DPS not killing anything? Okay, let me try to kill more targets or hit more targets. If it's like, do we need more heals? Okay, let me focus on healing more. Do we need more like more space. Do we need to take more space? Let me try to walk up with my tanks more. You know, like it's kind of a game of rock, paper, scissors. What does your team need? What does their team lack? And you try to do your best to put it together. Oh God, that sucks. I hate when that happens as a healer, bro. I can't stand Doctor Strange. Dude, nerf that character. Make it so he can never ult unless he portals. Like, Poppy, you want this guy to ult once every like 3 minutes? Yup. I don't care. That's how I want it. Okay. Again, same thing. Angles. You could be over here doing the same thing that you were doing, just not getting hurt. This isn't even a cloak, or this isn't even a Invisible Woman thing. This is just how you can improve in general. Like you were saying in your snip that you commented, it is a positioning thing, and getting better at where to stand and how to stand is going to help you tremendously, even as Cloak and Dagger. You see how you're in there now? Like you're in there now. There's no rhyme or rhythm to why you do things. You just do them. If you really want to get out of Diamond, you're gonna have to really come to the conclusion of why you do something. Oh, I walked up because of that. Oh, I stayed back because of that. Oh, I went that way because of that. Right now, the whole entire gameplay is like, I'm just kind of going with the flow and I'm trying to do what I can do. That is enough if your team is good. But remember, if your team is stuck in a rank and you play like your team, how are you going to climb? It's impossible, right? There's no way you get higher playing like the rank that you're in. This is why you have to do more than that. And when you identify why you do things, you will start seeing results 100%. Right now, it just feels like you're just trying your best to mold out your team by just healing as much as you can. This is the first time second, because you did a really good thing with Doctor Strange. This is the second time I've seen you be proactive and try to do something to help your team. It's very on and off, but again, you can see why I said the way that you play is inconsistent. Like it's on and off. You do things sometimes and you don't do them other times. You don't really have a why. You're just like, oh, I'll do it. But then that's also why you end up being killed. Because you're like, I went up here, got her, and killed her. That worked. Let's try it again. I got it. That's how you play Invisible Woman, and then you died. If you thought about, oh, she's out of position, that's why I'm going to go get her. And then it's like, okay, let me play normally until I see someone else out of position. That's a better way to do it. Right? You'll get it, though. You'll get it, though. I honestly think they should have put a rank between Diamond and Grandmaster. They should not have put the rank between Grandmaster and Eternity, because I think players like last season being I like to say I hit Eternity. The game didn't register it, so technically I'm not, but I did hit Eternity. I think it was because at the end of the season, I don't know, but the game didn't register it, so I can't call myself Eternity, but I was there. I think that they should put a rank between Diamond and Grandmaster, because being Celestial or fighting in Celestial and Eternity, it's it's not, the gap isn't that big. But like I noticed, you have to learn a lot. Like Diamond players need to learn a lot to get from Diamond to Grandmaster, especially because there's a lot of characters that are super strong that allow them to climb faster than they should because they didn't learn everything yet. And so I think that they should put a rank between those. And then I think that would help a lot. I don't think they should have done it. I only say that because games get very hard, you know? Like games get very hard in Diamond. Like if you, the real climb starts when you hit it. They get hard in Diamond because it's such a lump. And so that's why I was saying there's a lot of things that you'll have to like learn in terms of like not only positioning, but just decision making skills. Like for some reason, you don't need to focus too much on decision making until you're Diamond. But then once you're Diamond, to get to Grandmaster, you need to learn how to make decisions like crazy. And then you'll hit there, unless you're just a god on your character. Like, if you're a god on your character, you can probably hit Grandmaster, but it starts to stale once you get to Celestial, and you're probably not going to get Eternity unless you really learn how to play. But sorry for that random tangent that you probably do not care about. What I'm saying is, though, for us to improve at our game right now, is we need to try to be more impactful. And how do we do this? Like, how are we more impactful, Poppin? What do I do? Positioning. You know, as an example, as I said before, a lot of the times, for some reason, we're always out in the open trying to heal. But we can do the same thing here, healing the same exact targets, if that's your goal. If your goal is to do damage, well, what you need to do is find another spot, like another line of sight, where you can actually do damage and heal and be safe. There is no, well, I'm doing damage, so I have to be out in the open. That's not how it works. You're always going to want to try to use cover no matter what you're doing, period. Try to find somewhere. You might not be safe to everybody. Don't get me wrong, it's impossible. If there's someone here and you're pushing, well, you're not safe to everybody. But if you stand here, at least the only one that can focus you is that guy. Does that make sense? So try to find the safest location for you when you're trying to post up and just toss those heals out, toss some damage out. I would also like to see more line of sight. If the character is here, the enemy is here, we should not be over here. Over here, we should be here so we can heal and do damage at the same time. Obviously, some locations are a little bit awkward, but again, that's up to you, being a player, to understand how to make it less awkward. The other thing is I want to see more impact. Try to figure out what your team needs. If you heal bot, I'm not saying you were doing that this entire game, but there's a very large chunk of it where we were just heal botting. If you don't know what heal bot means, it basically means you're just sitting there healing over and over and over, not really doing anything else. You're just a bot healing over and over, right? That's not to attack you personally. I'm going based off this one gameplay. What I'm seeing a lot of is just I'm healing my team, which is good because you want to keep them safe. No problem with that. But the issue is if your team sucks, you're healing sucky people. I don't know any game you're going to win when the sucky person gets healed. Right? If you have a friend that's bronze and you put him in your diamond game and you're like, I'm just going to heal you the entire time, I promise you they will not do well. A little bit of over exaggeration, but I hope you understand my point. You're going to be needing to do more. So if your team needs more heals, well, then you should sit there and heal bot. If your team needs more damage, you need to figure out a way to do more damage. If your team needs more ways to create space, you can do that too, right? Let's just say your team is fighting here and like your tank for some reason is freaking spooked to walk forward. I mean, this guy just does not walk forward to save his life. What you could do is you can go up here and start throwing down stuff on the enemy. So they look at you and start backing up. What you could also do is just start attacking and kind of walking past them a little bit, be safe, to push them back. You can go around here, do something to push them back. It's a game of rock, paper, scissors, okay? Heal, damage, space. I guess you can just say tank. A tank's job is to create space, but we can just call it tank. Which one needs more? And then as a healer, you have to adapt to whichever one it is, right? When we're talking about Invisible Woman, the main focus is just to set up our team for kills, for pressure, for anything. Use her abilities in a way to set your team up. That is how you play that character. Once you do it that way, you'll be killer. You'll be Grandmaster like that. It'll be very easy. You got this though. Of course, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Join my Discord, ask the questions, ping me. I don't care. I'm always there. For those of you that want to become members, that enjoy the content, and you want to help support the channel, click that join button down below or scroll down to the description box and you'll see a link there. Thank you for being a member. I really do appreciate it. And thank you, whoever else is planning to be a member. I appreciate you too. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching. And until next time, you know what I always say. Thank you guys for doing what? Popping often. Will often.